Hello everyone and welcome back to Hidden Image Limited. Last video, disc 1 of Metal Box. This album right here. So we've gone through disc 1. So let's go to disc 2, which opens up with another song that just... Let's say no more. This one's Poptones. Now, this song has Keith Levine on drums, and it's one of my favourite produced songs on the record. The bass is totally in your face. There's another guitar going on in the left ear, I think, and that guitar is just screaming at you, but it's not loud. You can hardly hear it, but it's screaming so loud, but you can't do anything about it. The reason I say that, this song is actually about a rape, so I feel like it's kind of intentional, these lyrics. Now, this song just... I watched an interview the other day. It was True Geordie did a podcast with a girl, I think she called Elizabeth Smart. She got kidnapped for 9 months and raped a lot when she was a kid. And it totally changed my perspective on this song ever since. The guitar is hellish. It's not like hell. It's like being stuck in limbo or something like that. It's a nightmare situation that's grey and bleak and alien. It doesn't totally match the bass or the drums. The tone is so ugly, but in the most perfect of ways. It's the stuff of genius, and there's no music like it anymore. And I probably sound like a snob, I probably sound pretentious, but trust me, I'm not. I'm the least pretentious person here. It just really fascinates me how this came out in 1979 with very little budget and very little songwriting, to be fair. A lot of it was jams. And it's still so perfect. It takes me back to a time where I wasn't born, of course. I'm from 2002. I wasn't around 1970s. But it reminds me of a time where England was bleak, grey, rainy. Margaret Thatcher was Prime Minister. There wasn't many jobs. There's a lot of riots and strikes. Punk had come and gone, almost gone at this point. This just represents everything that a person living in my situation, where it's like a little town and you don't have anything to do, and the sky, I mean, you probably can't tell, but it is bleak today. It's just clouds, that's why it's just white. There's no blue. It's depressing, but at the same time, lovely and comforting. And this song's about a girl being raped, and a real story. It's not a song that's like about any rape. This is about a real story. And Sex Pistols wrote stuff like Belson Was a Gas, Bodies, all these serious songs. But a lot of the seriousness of the lyrics, you can't tell. This one, to me, you can. And it's freaky. Gets me wondering. And I hate to talk over the top of all this, because I know a lot of people come to these sort of videos and comment stuff like, stop talking over the music. Just listen to the fucking album then. Stop coming to reaction videos if you're not into people talking. I'm expressing my thoughts, and that's how I feel on this song. It's just immense. And no cover of mine could do justice. That's why my tone's a lot cleaner and the flanger's a lot more prominent. But I still had to cover it. It's just such a good track. This is strange. You might not be able to tell. John Lydon or someone is singing in the background. Totally off key. Still singing melodies but in a different key. It's really trippy, psychedelic in a way. Very reverberated, and you really have to look out for it. Yeah, on everything it's labelled Poptones without a space, as if it's one word. But I've just noticed on the second edition CD it's 2 words. As in pop tones. Huh. There we go, there's pop tones. Before, no, we don't want to listen to that yet. Well, we do, but we have to rate it. I mean, come on, how I totally rambled there whilst listening to that. But that's what a good song should do. Should make you think. I mean, there's songs out there that you can just put on and enjoy, and of course that's perfectly fine. There can be songs that are 10 out of 10 songs that you could just put on and enjoy and not really think too much about it. But Poptones for me is just one of those songs that puts me in a state of mind of, this album is amazing, but it's a bit gloomy and real. It's not dishonest, it's real. Yeah, it's a 10 out of 10 every time. If there was no limit out of 10, Poptones could be like a 1,000 out of 10. But of course, this has to be out of 10. Poptones is one of the best tracks on the record. Probably is my favourite. It's my brother's favourite, second favourite. I mean, not favourite. Albatross is his favourite. Second favourite. It could be my favourite. I'm not sure what my favourite is. There's a few more 10 out of 10s on this album, in my opinion. I just know. I haven't got them written down. I just know. So, yeah, Poptones is just tremendous. And so is Careering. this song carries on with that bleak, dark, I mean, it's not gothic, but almost gothic theme. There's no guitar on this track. Keith's just on synth. So it marks the first time on this record where synth is prominent. I'm not sure what synth it is. It is online, I just can't remember. Probably a Prophet or something like that. And I think that sound, it isn't a snare drum. I think it's a sheet of corrugated iron or something. I don't know if that's the actual term. Yeah. Yeah, like corrugated iron or something that they're smacking. That's what I think it is. And I believe they used to take it on stage and smack it there as well in some of their shows. Not all of them. I've heard that. I don't know if they do that. Definitely sounds like metal to me. You see, when I say to people that metal box sounds metal, I don't ever mean like thrash metal, heavy music. I mean, it sounds like metal. Packaging's metal, Keith's guitars are metal, his picks are metal, I believe. They're literally using metal as percussion. These songs just make me want to either ramble my heart's desire or just shut up. That's... like lyrics like that. Spreading tails like coffin nails. I believe this song, it does have a meaning. I don't know if the lyrics were written or whatever, but it did have a topic. I think it's about a refugee searching for work in 1970s England. Something like that. I'm not sure. I think that's what it's about, if I remember correctly. Sorry I keep itching here, it's I shaved and I'm now it's getting itch. I'm not being a snob like it's literally itchy. The performance on of this and Poptones that's on the Old Grey Whistle Test is amazing. Really powerful. Yeah. Another just solid track. For me that's a 10 out of 10. I mean, you could probably see now that I enjoy songs that have a lot of atmosphere, compared to like Albatross and Memories and Death Disco, which are like 9s to me. I fully love Poptones and Careering so much. There's just a lot of imagery and atmosphere that comes to my mind of the time. I've always been into 1970s English music. Madness, Specials, Yes, Pink Floyd, other bands like that. And then I get into bands like Susie and the Banshees, Joy Division, and PiL, of course. And PiL just really cement that idea of England was not a perfect place back then. I still would have loved to have lived in that era, personally, because I'm not a big fan of this era, But yeah, minor strikes and all that, and things like that just didn't make it very cool to be in England back then. Falkland Wars and stuff. Yeah. And you could tell they were sick of it. This is just a phenomenal post-punk album. And to me, it's more honest and real than any other punk album could be. With its tones and production. So, I'm sorry for rambling after that song. I know we all just want to carry on, go. Yeah, this is a reaction review video. I'm reviewing the album as we listen. So, next up, No Birds. Or as I prefer to call it, No Birds Do Sing. And there you go, there's John Lydon on piano. I think it's called No Birds Do Sing on the single. I don't know, I've got a microphone. Maybe I should use this when doing Flowers of Romance so I can at least... you can hear me a bit better. Not this microphone, but a microphone. This is Keith Levine's favourite song, The Guitarist. This is his favourite song on the record, I've heard in interviews. Again, it's easy to see why. Literally any of these songs could be the best song on the record. I should have done this on first issue, but I just completely forgot. The first ever PiL single, Public Image. It wasn't £2. This is a sleeve from another one that I put in here because this one's made of newspaper. Really unique packaging. Don't want to tear it. Just so cool. That's really cool packaging. Just like Metal Box. Just so unique. Yeah, and there's the single. This was actually free. Someone sent me it because I put on Facebook that I don't actually have the single. Not trying to seek for one. I think I was talking about the single and I said I don't own it, but it's great. And they sent me one, so they have a whole collection of them. Don't know why. Anyway, so I have Death Disco, which is Swan Lake. And the reason I bring this up is because this one has No Birds as the B-side, but it's called No Birds Do Sing. So I love this song. I think it's the guitar work is really cool on it. I agree with Keith Levine on that. It's really right. The bass is cool as well. I don't know what this song's about. I'm sorry. Next up, single Flowers of Romance. We'll get to the Flowers of Romance album next. And then this isn't a single, but it's a bootleg. The Riot Show. I will get into what this is more on the next episode of this series, but I might as well show you. And then this one, which I bought off eBay, it was cheap. It's Disappointed, which is a later PiL song. 1989, 10 years after this. It said it was signed. I didn't buy it because it was signed. I bought it because it came with a load of other stuff. So I didn't waste my money. But as you can see, the cover's torn. And at the same time, I think the sign's actually fake. I don't care, because I didn't get it because it was signed. But it is a bit of a shame. The reason I think it's fake is because on the back here, you probably can't tell, but if I glare light on this back, you can see John Lydon's signature ingrained in, as if someone's like put this on a desk, put a piece of paper on top and tried mimicking John Lydon's signature, and then done it on front with pen. So that's a great shame. But yeah, No Birds Do Sing. Sort of talked all the way through that one, but it's still one that I love. 9 out of 10 for me. I know I didn't really talk much about the track. It's just not much to say because I'll be repeating myself. But it's still a great song in my opinion. Yeah, 9 out of 10. So, next up, we have one more song in this video. And then that'll be closing side D. And then we'll be moving on to side E and F next video. The final song for today is Graveyard. Let's get into it. More stuff to show you. Jah Wobble's debut album, Betrayal. He had this song on here. He sort of stole it. And that's why he got fired from the band. Stealing music. Yeah, he stole Graveyard. And yeah. However, the song on here is called Not Another. So it's not Graveyard, it's called Not Another. The reason for that is this song actually has a version of it with vocals, which I prefer, called Another. As you may have noticed, the guitar here is extremely harsh. Almost no production on this guitar really, except cutting off any lows and mids. It's just treble. It is crazy treble. The bass and drums are just really good as well. Really got that dub reggae feel. Maybe not this track, but I mean the tone. Just a little instrumental. Graveyard, and it sort of links into the next track, even though it's on a different disc. It's kind of strange. Yeah, Graveyard's by far the weakest so far. I've gave it a 6 out of 10. Not that it's bad. It's just the weakest on the album so far. I think the guitar could have done with a bit more production and like some reverb. I know Keith hates reverb apparently, or did in this era, and I think another would have been better. That version's got John Lydon screaming his vocals. It's just some really cool words, but you know, it's a little instrumental to break up the album a little bit. So yeah, so that's it for this video, because we've done side C and D, disc 2. Moving on to disc 3 for next video, and I hope you're enjoying this, and I'll see you then.